Hello everybody and welcome to Green Star Trading with me Tom, and welcome to episode 3 of our series An Introduction to Elliott Wave Theory. In this episode we're going to be covering flat patterns. Now, flat patterns are more likely to occur in your wave 4, more so than they are to occur in the wave 2. They come in 3 different types: a normal/regular flat, an expanding flat, and a running flat. The subwave count for all of these flat patterns, however, will always be 3, 3, 5. So let me show you what that looks like. 3 waves in the A, 3 waves in the B, and 5 waves in the C. Now, the subwave count of the 3 waves in the A and the B can take the form of any 3-wave corrective structure. So it could be a zigzag, like we have shown here, but it could also be a flat pattern, like you're going to learn about today. It could also be a WXY or a WXYZ that you will learn about in a future video and can come back and apply here. The 5-wave structure in the C can be either an impulsive wave, so we would have to follow the rules from episode 1 for impulse waves, or it can be a diagonal, which you have yet to learn about but will in a future video and can come back and apply here. Now, each of these flat patterns has its own set of Fibonacci relationships which we're going to discuss. We're going to start with a regular flat. Now, regardless of the length of the A wave, the B wave will equal 89% of the A. So the way we're going to do this is get our Fibonacci tool, find the start of our A, come down to the bottom of our A, and here's 89%. And this is where we'd expect to find the B. The next thing is C will likely equal A. What this means is that C is going to be 100% the length of A. So we find our top of our A using our Fibonacci extension tool, the start of our A to the bottom, to the top of our B with a zero bound, and that gives us 100% extension of the C from the A, meaning that the length of the C is equal to the A. So in this scenario, as you can see, the B is going to complete slightly below where wave A began, and wave C is going to complete slightly beyond where wave A completed. However, the wave C in a regular flat doesn't have to be 100% the length of wave A, it's just likely that it will be. It can complete as shallow as the 61.8% retracement. Here, extension, sorry, not retracement. Or the 123.6% extension of the A. That is your regular flat pattern. Now, let's move on and have a look at our expanding flat pattern. In this scenario, B will likely equal 123.6% the length of A. So, we can get our Fibonacci retracement tool, pick out the start of our wave A to the bottom of our wave A, and we can see the 123.6% extension here. If this isn't already on your Fibonacci tool on TradingView, I suggest that you program it to put it on. Now, in this situation, wave C will likely equal 123.6% or 161.8% the length of wave A. So we can expect to find our C either we need to get rid of our retracement tool. We need our Fib extension tool for this. Just pick out the start of the A to the bottom of the A and place the zero bound at the top of the B. And we can expect to find our C here at the 123.6 or at the 161.8. So in this scenario we can see that B expanded beyond the start of where wave A began. We can also see that wave C expanded also beyond where wave A finished. The next pattern we're going to look at is the running flat pattern. Now in this situation, B will likely equal the 23.6% the length of A. We know that's here because it was the same in the expanding flat. C will likely equal 61.8% or 100% the length of A. So let's just do that quickly. Here is the 61.8%. extension of the wave A. Here is the 100% extension of the wave A. What we can see is that B expanded beyond the start of wave A, similarly as we saw in the expanded flat, but C did not move beyond the A. In fact, it finished short of the A in terms of where the A completed, with the 61.8% extension of the wave C from the wave B, or the wave A from the wave B for our C, was somewhere around here, and we can see that the C completed significantly before the A. There are three flat patterns. So, let's have a talk about how to draw them and what they would look like if we were actually looking at them in a wave 4. First thing we need to be mindful of all the time when looking at a flat pattern that we believe is occurring in a wave 4 or in a wave 2, we have to keep our impulse wave rules in mind. So obviously, if occurring in a wave 2, the simplest and only rule you have to work with is that it can't retrace the start of wave 1. And that's it. But as we're dealing with a wave 4 here, most likely, there are a couple of other things that need to be observed. The main one, and the most important one you need to focus on, is that the wave 4, once it completes, does not transgress beyond the top of the wave 1. So let's have a look at our different waves inside of this structure. So, our flat pattern, our regular flat pattern I should say, the easiest way to identify it is regardless of the A, length of the A, you're essentially looking for the B to roughly equal it. You're not coming up beyond where the A began, you're not stopping significantly beyond where it started. So we're roughly coming up to 89%, so you're going to come up and see a pattern that's roughly level with where it began. And the same with the completion of the C. This is a very sideways structure and very symmetrical. Now in our expanding flat pattern, the one where we get a structure where the A comes down, the B extends beyond the A, and then the C extends beyond the B and the A, or is a significant extension of the A, we get a structure like this. And our final running pattern, we can get a structure where the A comes down, like so. The B goes beyond where the A started, but the C can finish either just before the A, or it can finish significantly before the A. Now in this circumstance you can see that you're likely to get a very shallow 4. Like so. So when you're looking at these different patterns, what you want to keep in mind is the 4 not transgressing over the 1, but we also want to keep in mind our projected expectation for a retracement of a wave 4, which is 38.2. So, for example, any of these structures could occur that we've just discussed in flat patterns, but let's just take an example of the 3 different patterns themselves. So let's place the 4 at the 50%, which is quite a deep retracement for a wave 4, not transgressing the 1. Ask yourself, it's not always going to be the case, any of these can occur, but if you're going to get a deep 4, which of these patterns most likely accommodates it? Well, I would argue that the expanding shape most likely accommodates the deeper retracement. I would then argue that with the very shallow retracement, let's say we only get a 23.6 retracement, then the pattern which most likely fits this one is our running flat pattern, where we come down with our A wave, we come up beyond with our B, and we finish short with our C. The C completes before where the A completed, but the B still expands beyond where the A began. That's our running flat. And then let's say we position our 4 at the 38.2, which is our most likely target. Now, this tends to suit the nice sideways regular flat of relatively equal symmetry, where the B will be slightly below where the A began, and the C will be slightly beyond where the A finished. Like so. Now, none of those things I mentioned are just rules, they are purely observation. These patterns can occur at any percentage retracement of a wave 4. But when thinking about the retracement and the other rules you must obey, just keep in mind which pattern is more likely to fit a shallower or deeper retracement in a wave 4. And that, guys, is really it. So thank you for joining me on this episode 3 of Elliott Wave Theory, where we've looked at flat patterns. Our next episode, episode 4, will cover different corrective patterns, where we'll be looking at the WXY and the WXYZ. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and smash the like button. If you're a regular viewer, smash the like button anyway. And as always, for all of you, please leave me comments on how you think the series is progressing and what else you think I can do to improve it. Take care, guys, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.